After my surgeries, life didn't happen the way I expected. The relief of being done with my eye never came, and instead of happiness, all I felt was, well, nothing. The depression from lockdown, my detached retina, and the untreated fibroids in and around my uterus built and magnified till I was just lost. I tried to distract myself with writing and nature and time with loved ones. My family band together and distracted me with internet trends. Is this a joke?
I don't know.
That actually sounds like an apple.
It is at the end.
It does at the end?
Yeah. Yeah, like right at the end it does.
So, wait, where did you read this happens?
Miracle, maybe.
And my friends tried it and it worked for them. What are you doing?
It's not working.
It kind of is.
It is. You just are too close to the noise.
No,
Which
I mean,
she did.
No, it's not breaking.
It's not supposed to break.
It's supposed to break.
Wait, I thought the thing was that you could bite into it like an apple and it would open.
No.
And silly moments of youthful fun.
Okay, try that again, but actually cry.
Yeah, we're gonna need a cut.
Actually cry?
Yeah. Go.
Chips isn't very good. I know we should.
What are you eating?
There are potato chips in my mouth.
Then
don't put in more.
Bring the emotion that you just had. This time you're a sad widow.
Without chips, please.
Action.
Yeah, she's an amazing baker. We bake every year in the church bake-offs. It's like we're in British bake-offs, but in New Jersey. In South Carolina. In South Carolina. Carolina.
But regardless of how hard they tried, they couldn't heal what was bubbling from within, and when they left me alone, I would retreat back into sadness. So I ate my feelings, gave in to my erratic emotions, grew clingy for the love I couldn't give myself. After a full-blown panic attack in a Whole Foods parking lot, where I cried over the fact the sun had set and I couldn't see on my own anymore, something shifted. It was as if I had finally cried the last of my tears and I was healed. Suddenly, I was going for walks, doing yoga, and writing for fun again. I was finally happy.
You feel the love tonight.
The world
Ow.
wants. Those are blankets, okay. And these are the clothes I need to wash.
I'm out of here. Oh, not bad.
I have no idea if I'm in focus right now, as I have one of those cameras that don't show you what you're filming while you're filming it. So hopefully this works out. I have come out to my car to do some writing, which sounds a bit odd. One of the reasons why I haven't been filming as much, there have been many reasons. One, there was very much a creative rut that happened during January, but also there are 6 people living in that house and 2 animals. The dog and the cat do not get along. It's a whole thing. It's a whole drama. It's just a lot all at once. I actually really love it. I just don't know how to do some things that I do. A lot of people don't want to be filmed. And one of my rules is if someone is in a video of mine, they have approved the clip before it goes live. So it's just a lot easier to have no one else in the shots. But another thing that makes it very difficult being in the house currently is editing. I find I get through editing a lot faster if I read it out loud to myself, and I'm too self-conscious to do that. So I came out to the car and I am going to try and write, well, to finish this chapter. Right, now where was I? Oh my gosh, this word count is getting far too long. Monroe! Monroe? Monroe, really? Bubs. Bubs. I am so happy to be back in the mountains. Oh my gosh, it's been far too long. This isn't my first time back since all my surgeries. I did come up here once in November. It was a really quick trip. I had to get some things sorted up here and I didn't really get to relax a whole lot. I remember feeling like it was home, and it definitely feels more so like that now. Oh, come on. Come on. I've very much missed this place. You want to come up on the windowsill? We're not up here for too long, unfortunately, and that's mainly because I'm still waiting on my myomectomy. It hasn't happened yet. It will hopefully happen soon. I now finally feel ready to get back out there, but because of my myomectomy and where it's at, I think the best way to describe it is that I feel like I'm carrying these giant sandbags, where one of them is 10 pounds, and that is my myomectomy, and then the other one's like 5 pounds, and that's just living at home in constant chaos. And then there's like little 1-pound sandbags that for like little things that I honestly believe if the myomectomy wasn't weighing me down already, everything else wouldn't feel that heavy. Life would be a lot lighter, and I think it just would be easier to handle. Ongoing stress of a surgery that has yet to happen, and knowing the healing journey that's going to take place after it's going to be really long, and all of the dominoes it's going to hit due to having the surgery. I just feel like at a standstill, and I'm holding my breath and I don't know when I can breathe. I have not gone back to touch my high fantasy since my surgery. I know I should, but during my surgeries I started writing a book for fun. It was my NaNoWriMo project in 2020 that I kind of vlogged here and there, and I just really got stuck into it. I'm filming a separate vlog for that. You'll still see bits of it. I kind of wanted to try filming a vlog where it's the whole process from like the start of writing a draft till the end of the draft, or maybe till the end of the book when I feel like it's finished, depending on how long or how much footage I gather. But I just thought that that'd be a very interesting thing to try out. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Oh, I just feel so happy to be back here and being in this home and in the mountains, and I just feel alive and we're vlogging again. If I'm quite honest, I have half a mind to scrap this entire vlog, and I have had that same mindset so many times. I think I filmed like somewhere around 5 vlogs that I've now just merged together into what you're watching. In fact, this final clip I have filmed already. It might have been the best clip I've ever filmed in my life for a vlog. The lighting was perfect. The background, the framing of the camera, chef's kiss. My wording, it was like I finally learned how to speak everything that was just holed up in my head. But the issue with the clip, because I bet you're wondering, if it's so perfect, why isn't it in this vlog? Background noise. I feel like I've kind of gotten over that hurdle a little bit. There was so much construction that my camera somehow picked up that it's just unusable. And I was so upset that I literally took my phone, I used voice to text to type it all out, and then I went through it all, made sure it picked up things correctly while listening to the video, and I have written out the entire script. Some of it was so profound. Look at me, just gassing myself up. But some of it I felt was so profound that will go into a completely different video. Something hyper-focused on that topic of which I spoke about. So this is my attempt at refilming that outro. How have things been, I guess, since we've last talked, since I last checked in on this video? They've been hectic. They've been a lot. I think in the grand scheme of the things, it's not like a lot, but it's just been a little bit, as in a lot, overwhelming. I think that's just the season of life I'm in. When I haven't been writing, which I have been doing a lot of writing, I've mainly just been going through all of my stuff with Henry. We've been packing boxes, going down memory lane. We have so many yoga binders and so much stationery, and yet all of like home stuff just fits into one box. It's actually very weird because if we were to put everything that we owned into an empty house, we would find we don't own that much stuff. I think we own very little. But when all of our stuff is sitting amongst like a fully furnished home, it just feels like there's just far too many things and it's overcrowded. Just in case you didn't know, everything in this house isn't ours. I think if you see a piece of furniture, it's safe to say that it belongs to this home. And we need to remember that because we both have this like deep urge to throw out so much stuff. But I know once we finally move into our next place, we will need that stuff and we don't want to keep rebuying it. It's actually been kind of fun, nice. I don't know how best to describe it, but I found all my old journals, like for diary entries or for my stories, and they're not filled out fully. And I'm trying to get over this mindset where the journal belongs to a time frame and I can't continue using the blank pages because it would save a lot of money. It would save a lot of trees. Some of them hold a lot of story ideas and I'm very excited to see if any of them are worthwhile. Other than that, that's really it. Life has been kind of boring. This is something I think may be interesting to talk about. My New Year's resolution. This part, I'll just read out loud because I think I worded it really well. While we were going through all of our stuff, I have been doing a lot of reading, which I'm very excited about. one of my few New Year's resolutions was to finish one book a month, which at one point in my life seemed ridiculously easy. But since all of my eye surgeries, I have kind of forgotten the art of reading. I don't mean I've forgotten what letters make out which words. What I mean is, before my eye surgeries, when I would read a book, the words before me would slowly disappear and be replaced with the author's world. The author's imagination would materialize before me, and I would be sucked within it. And it made reading very fun and exciting, and it's why I think I'm such a huge reader. And I'm pretty sure this is a common thing that others can relate to. Since then, because I'm not used to using my eyes as much, they've grown quite weak. When I started reading again in December, it was like I had to hyper focus on the words to know what I was seeing, that I couldn't allow myself to disappear into the book. And it wasn't the book's fault. None of the authors whose stories I was picking up were at fault by any means. Their stories could have been incredible. I wasn't in the right mental place for it, and I had to work on slowly re-exercising my eyes, just like how, you know, when you have leg surgery, you need to go through that time to work out those leg muscles. And so that's why that was my goal. I needed to get back into that way of thinking. So I decided to bring out the big guns to help me get through it, and that was Persuasion by Jane Austen. I actually have a lot to say about this book, and that led into this huge, profound thought that will be its own separate video, but I will say that I think Persuasion was everything I needed to read in January. I haven't found its match yet. I am struggling this month of February to find like a really good book to read, just because, yeah, I think I just need to go on a 19th century kick, because that book was just incredible and I really disappeared into the story. So I don't want to just read Jane Austen, because I love Jane Austen, and I feel like that you need to read a variety to keep your mind growing. So maybe I'll read Elizabeth Gaskell or something, or a Thomas Hardy. I did, however, throughout this time get the phone call from my OBGYN with a date for my myomectomy, which, how do I word it? Hold on. I wrote this out. I'm so sorry. Despite all the cancellations and reschedules, this was the first time it felt real, and my reaction was something I didn't expect but should have been predicted. I grew clingy again, desperate for love and friendship, all while avoiding my text messages. My fight or flight was at war with itself. On one hand, I craved isolation, and on the other, I craved companionship. I think it's safe to say the mental and physical isolation of the massage bed has traumatized me, and even though I know this surgery will be different, I fear the loss of others as a consequence of it. The good news is the surgery is coming, and I feel very positive about it, and things are about to get better.